Welcome back to The Real Story. Last time he ran for elected office back in 2012. But Mitt Romney now very much in demand on the GOP campaign trail. And he's got some tough words for the man that he tried to replace in the White House, saying President Obama is even worse than he expected on both domestic and foreign policy.
The results of his mistakes and errors, in my opinion, have been more severe than even I would have predicted.
What would you do differently?
I said that during the campaign.
Joining me now for Real Talk, Chris Plante, syndicated radio talk show host of The Chris Plante Show, and Leslie Marshall, Fox News contributor and syndicated radio talk show host of The Leslie Marshall Show. All right, Chris, go at it.
Well, Mitt Romney is a very kind and gentle person, and I think he understates the case, quite honestly. There was a Quinnipiac poll at the beginning of July, asked the American people who's the worst president since World War II. Richard Nixon got 13% of the vote in that poll, and President Obama got 33% of the vote in that poll. That's a plurality that believed that President Obama, and a lot of people that voted for him, too, that believe that President Obama is the worst president since World War II, which is, within living memory, certainly. I get callers to my radio show quite regularly who voted for President Obama the first time and even the second time, who have buyer's remorse, believe that he's the worst president. If you can find a decision that he's made, if you can find a situation in which he has led that has created a positive outcome, send me an email, because I'm still looking for it.
Well, let's ask Leslie right now, since she's on the other side of the fence. Can you help Chris out?
Yeah, I would say that making a phone call to go ahead, which could have ruined his political career at all Democrats, to keep going with getting and then eventually killing Osama bin Laden. I think that was a right call that helped a lot of people out in the world, Chris. That's one example that I can give.
That's a great example.
I think another, quite frankly, is I think another right now is that the president is not on the campaign trail. I know you're going to say he's on vacation. He came back. He'll come back again, I believe, because he's focusing on issues that I'm not really sure Mitt Romney would handle that much differently. I mean, it's very easy for us to say, hey, I'm going to criticize the person who has the job that I wanted, that beat me so bad in this election.
Funny you say that.
Sour grapes.
Well, I don't know if it's sour grapes or difference of opinion, Leslie. Let's listen, in fact, to those issues. Here's what Mitt Romney said.
I laid out a plan for Syria, laid out a plan for Iraq, described in some detail what I would do in those places and how you deal with Russia and China. He hasn't done those things, and we have seen a devolvement of matters around the world in a very tragic way.
I don't know. Is that sour grapes, Chris, or was that somebody who was very succinct in what they said about those issues and got laughed at, quite frankly, by President Obama before he was reelected?
Yeah, that's right. Even though Joe Biden was against going in after bin Laden, that was T-ball. That's not a tough call for a real president of the United States. And Mitt Romney pointed out that Vladimir Putin would become the primary geopolitical foe, adversary for the United States of America. Barack Obama famously said, hey, the 80s called. They want their foreign policy back. Well, if I were Harvard Law School, I think I'd call and ask for my diploma back.
Leslie?
Chris, I would definitely disagree right now at this moment that Russia is our biggest foe. And quite frankly, I think the president handled that very well. And the reason I say that is, I do feel that, Vladimir Putin, we said, look, we're going to hit you where it hurts financially. And that's what he's doing, hitting back with the EU and with us financially. Listen, when I look at a lot of the solutions that Mitt Romney has, one, don't think he have congressional approval, definitely in a Democratic-controlled Senate. Two, what is the cost, not only with money, but with human lives? I mean, I'm hearing from folks like Mitt Romney, not less but more troops on the ground, and we're hearing from Americans, both left and right, we want to focus on domestic issues.
Well, funny, because we have some breaking news coming up in just a few moments that there may, in fact, be more boots on the ground in Iraq, and that would be under President Obama. Okay, got to wrap it there. Tons of stuff going on today. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you, Gretchen.